I am greatly honored to make this video on one of the oldest religions in the history of mankind. And during the end of this video, you will have proof that Sanathana Dharma is a great theology. Was it man who created it, or was it gods themselves? Let's find out. Whatever we understand as Hinduism nowadays is the distorted version of the real religion, the Sanathana Dharma. I've already did a video explaining what Dharma is, but let's understand what Sanathana Dharma is. Sanathana Dharma, or Manava Dharma, or the universal law or the eternal order, is directed towards the well-being and betterment of human society without losing its order. As humans, all have a trait of individuality. As humans are very different from each other, yet we all desire to be happy. All life forms wish to be happy. Happiness is the goal for all living beings. How can happiness be found? Where is it? How can it be permanent? How can all humans with such individual personalities and desires can live in harmony? Sanatana Dharma had the answer. It was not an answer got from huge amount of thinking, but an answer got from no thought considering all thoughts, no feelings considering all feelings. Confusing? You would be surprised how much a little bit of solitude can teach, making us understand the single truth, shedding light on complexities such as life and death. To understand Sanatana Dharma correctly, we need to understand what it is based on, which are honesty, refraining from injury, purity, goodwill, mercy, patience, forbearance, self-restraint, generosity, and asceticism. How does Sanatana Dharma preach all of this? It says, "You are not the body that is on this earth, but the consciousness that makes the body what it is." All the desires coming to the mind is but the mind wishing to be better and living an elevated existence. All the activities humans do are done believing it will bring some kind of satisfaction or happiness. Sanatana Dharma addresses this and keeps God as the highest destination that a soul can reach to, as it shows that nothing else in this world is permanent and everything is temporary, while God alone is true forever and ever. Impermanence, suffering, and death reminds every human of spirituality, and that's why suffering is regarded as being necessary. There can be no happiness without suffering, and people who know no suffering can become ignorant of the many realities that bind the living condition. Sanatana Dharma focused on conveying one truth to all, and that is that ego is false. The ego is what the mind has made up, and it is the ultimate veil of illusion that a person can cause to themselves, forgetting the reality of oneness with the universe. Sanatana Dharma binds the ego with the material world and states that all beings are one and the same, an essence of God. This oneness is the only reality. Sanatana Dharma believes in eternal reality, stating if we lose this body without attaining Godhead, then we will have to wait until we get a human birth again to escape the samsara. Because humans are the only beings capable of escaping it, at least in this world. So, what does Sanatana Dharma conclude? All living beings are suffering. We are not the body but the soul, and our souls are immortal. This life is but an experience of duality, which is non-permanent. We are beyond, timeless, born in this material existence, bound to become ashes, having a fleeting body and yearning to reach God. God is the ultimate. To reach God is the only way for vimochana, that is peace, joy, and the escape. And forgetting God is the ultimate illusion played by the wheel of time. Humans are the only creatures who can understand the complexities of the universe, act rationally, full of love, and surrender unto God. This way, Sanatana Dharma teaches love to all beings through deep compassion. Sanatana Dharma calls on the self to be a pathway to God and does not rely on external realities. But the external reality can also evoke deep oneness and a deeper understanding of God. This way, the foundation for Sanatana Dharma is strong and unbreakable. It paves a way for man to reach God and become formless and fearless. There are 4 paths to God, and through this, God can be realized in a human body. The 4 paths are Karma Yoga, knowledge through action; Jnana Yoga, knowledge through wisdom; Kriya Yoga, knowledge through manipulation of energy; Bhakti Yoga, knowledge through devotion. A man is said to realize his Godhead potential once he qualifies himself in these 4 paths of spiritual advancement. During ancient times, Rishis and yogis who have spent their whole lifetime contemplating truth are called avatara, which means gods in human form. Sanathana Dharma is followed even by nature. The sun follows it, and so we expect the sun to come up every day. The moon follows its own path, and so does each living being. Humans are the most diverse beings, and with the culmination of technology, it is becoming ever so apparent. All men and women can have a million thought bubble, all of which wants to seek the truth. So seeking truth is a condition on man, binding him. Humans love seeking truth and exploring it, but the truth is not far from us, it is within us. Once a human understands that, they are humbled and the process to seek God continues. Finding God is the ultimate goal of Sanathana Dharma, and God can take millions of forms to millions of people, and that's why there are many gods and goddesses in the Hindu mythology. Remember, a same person is called father for his child, son for his father, husband for his wife, and a brother for his sister. This same way, God can have millions of forms, and any form can satisfy anybody. All that Sanathana Dharma believes in is karma, dharma, moksha, and samsara. Karma is all work binding on man, dharma is the search for truth, moksha is liberation, and samsara is the cycle of rebirths that we can take. Sanathana Dharma, even though not having a book to come back to, has survived for years and years because suffering is a living condition. There are several books written by several sages which are collected to be called the Upanishads. And so, according to this, every life form has to reach God and are a form of God. It is indeed a sad state to see that the word religion these days is so corrupt and cannot be even spoken about without raising a quarrel. While religion is a word that is supposed to unite and remind us something. Sanathana Dharma is not a binding religion. Sanathana Dharma helps Christians to be a better Christian, helps Muslims to be a better Muslim, and helps atheists to be a better atheist. Basically, increasing the vibration of a person to vibrate on a higher level of consciousness. Speaking about Sanathana Dharma, a small mantra comes to mind. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, which means, may all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. I hope Sanathana Dharma is now understood by all, and let all of you reach a higher peace. Let the Dharma guide you.